majority of the week, and that means it's largely fine and dry, no heat wave, but temperatures around about or above average. I'll have all the details of that and more live from Joseph's amazing camels in Warwickshire. Yes, I am. They are getting themselves prepared, their paraphernalia on, and I'm going to be riding one of the camels later on this morning. What is the worst thing that can happen? I don't know. I think it's probably a lot harder than you think it is. But weather-wise, we've just were hearing about the weather and the conditions in America with what was a hurricane, then a tropical storm, now downgraded to a depression, Henry making landfall. They have had some extreme weather there over the last few days. As we heard, it made landfall. There were hundreds of thousands of homes without power, and that whole storm system tracking its way at the northeastern seaboard of America as we head through the next few days. It's brought with it wrecks are settled and calm. We've been waiting for it for a while now. High pressure has been dominating our weather for a while, but we've had low pressures getting close by and some showers here and there. But actually, most of this week, we have high pressure anchored across the UK. It deflects our weather fronts. It keeps things largely dry. But the change is that we have a different wind direction. For really warm, humid air and the summer-like heat that many of us have been hoping for with heat waves, we need air to come up from the south. But the high pressure means that the winds will come from the east or the northeast. So temperatures around about maybe just a bit above average with some sunshine through the next few days. What it does mean with clear skies and light winds first thing this morning, it's a largely dry start to our day. The cloud thick enough for some areas to give the odd spot of rain or drizzle, but through the day the cloud lifts and breaks, the best of the sunshine through central areas. The flow will come in across North Sea coast. That means eastern areas of England, eastern areas of Scotland. Those temperatures always peg back a little, so a little cooler and cloudier here through the next few days. But at the moment, top temperature wise, we're talking mid-20s, 24 or 25 degrees our top temperature. This evening and overnight tonight, we have yet again clear spells where we keep that cloud. It's misty, murky and mild, but we basically have rinse, repeat every single day. A little bit cloudy to start, sunshine in the afternoon, largely dry, with temperatures into the mid-20s.
Thank you, Laura. Well,
very good morning to you. I have a fun weather live this morning. I'm with Joseph's amazing camels, and later on I'm going to be going on a trek on a camel. This is something I've not done before. We'll be doing it on live TV. What could possibly go wrong? Who knows? They're being groomed and prepped ready for that later on this morning, where they are going to look nearly as spectacular as I do in my lovely red jacket this morning. Now, weather-wise, finally, we've been talking about high pressure, we've been talking about sunshine, we've been talking about warmth and it coming. Now it is. High pressure will dominate the weather all week long, and it will bring with it lots of dry weather. It will bring with it a fair bit of sunshine, but what it won't bring with it is a heat wave. Temperatures will sit around about maybe just above average, but certainly a nice end to what is the end of the summer holidays for many across England and Wales. But weather-wise, we can start off with some fine weather this morning. We have got some patchy cloud, particularly for central and eastern areas. The cloud is thick enough to give the odd spot of rain and drizzle, some low cloud and mist around some coast, but that will soon lift and burn off, and then a pretty decent looking day of weather ahead. We've had the rain and showers for the last few days. Today looks largely dry, and with the sunshine today, temperatures in the high teens, low 20s. We could get to 24 degrees, maybe 25 through southern areas of England, but even up towards northwest England, we're talking 22 or 23, and similarly through the central belt of Scotland as well. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook, the all-important one if you have outdoor plans for Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern areas of England. I can promise you, temperature-wise, they'll be around about or above average for the majority of the week. And if we look at the all-important percentage chance of rainfall, how likely you are to get wet, is actually relatively low, largely dry, the odd chance of the odd spot of rain or drizzle in the air, but the outlook for most of the week for northern areas is looking largely dry. Fortunes further south for England and Wales, away from the north of England. Again, temperature-wise, we're sitting around about or above average, peaking in the middle of the week. Top temperatures could be up to 25 degrees. And again, percentage chance of rainfall, other than the outside chance of thick cloud giving the odd spot of rain, the outlook is looking largely dry. So your outdoor plans this week is looking perfect for those picnics and barbecues, finally.
Yes, Ranveer, it seems like a weird sentence to say, but that's exactly where I am. Andy there, travelling in style, and I'm going to at the end of this weather report. But we'll come back to that in just a moment. I'm here at Joseph's amazing camels in Warwickshire. We're going to be heading out on a trek. Weather-wise, we are coming to the end of the summer holidays for large parts of England and Wales, and also coming to the end of summer itself meteorologically. Lots of people have been asking how it's been doing so far. Well, looking at our temperatures, just thought I'd go back. June temperatures were actually above average, and July's were also above average, the 9th warmest July we've ever had. October's temperatures are just a smidge above where they should be for the time of year. Overall, it's around about the 7th warmest summer so far, but there's a big difference across the country, particularly with our nighttime ones, which are second warmest. Rainfall-wise, we've had 74 24% of what we would normally see, one of the wettest in the south, but one of the driest in western Scotland. Weather-wise, for many of us for the rest of the week, it's a story of sunny spells and largely dry. Temperatures sitting around about average thanks to high pressure. But it's now time for me to head off on my trek. And this is my new friend. And hopefully this won't be too difficult. So this camel, very, very famous. It's been in around about 20 different films. We're ready to go now.
We are.
We're ready to stand up. It's been in around about 20 films, including Aladdin. Including Aladdin. And the plan is that I'm going to be going on a trek around here. So join me in half an hour, guys. Bye. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. I've been on a camel trek this morning here at Joseph's Amazing Camels. This is Kokoso, and we're going to slowly go down. And I say slowly, I mean very slowly. This camel has one hump, the one next to me has two. But did you know every single camel is born with two humps, but sometimes they just fuse together, and it's because there are many different types of species. They have 16 here altogether. Oh my goodness. 6 of them you can go trekking, and 3 of them are dairy camels. So we're going to be finding out more about that and trying some milk a little later on. There we go. Oh, and we're down. Just a little shuffle. And now we're actually down. Weather-wise, it's looking fine and dry. Let's go on with that as we head through the rest of this week. As we draw towards the end of the meteorological summer, the weather doesn't look too bad. Lots of fine weather to be had. This morning, it's starting fine and dry. Variable amounts of sunshine around first thing. It's thick enough to give the odd spot of rain or drizzle in the air. But through the day, the clouds lift and break. More sunshine than we've seen over the last few days. Largely dry, and top temperatures around 25 degrees.
That about
Such things.
I think that is.
Do you know what the answer is? It's breakfast TV.
No.
That's the answer.
No.
Time to fill, Clive.
I think no. I think yeah. I can see Darren Bett on Thomas Schaffernacker on a camel next time we do it.
That's exactly
Without a doubt.
Now, if you want to talk about ka-ching, these guys have it, because I'm here with 2 of the camels here at Joseph's Amazing Camels, and these guys have been in 20 films, including Aladdin. So these are film superstars here, so I'm sure they have some pretty impressive riders, and I just had a little trek on them and it went okay. But weather-wise, it's also looking okay at the moment. High pressure dominates for most of the week, and that means it keeps weather fronts at bay. It is looking largely dry, not a washout, but no heat waves either. Temperatures around about average. But first thing this morning, we've got largely clear skies for some areas, and their temperatures have dipped around to about 6 or 7 degrees. But for many of us with a fair bit of cloud, it's relatively mild to start, 14 or 15 degrees. And as we head through the day, any low cloud or mist and fog will soon lift and break off, and that reveals some much needed sunshine. The last few days, there's been a fair bit of rain or showers around. Today is looking largely dry, and with that, those temperatures will be climbing up to the mid-20s, about 24 degrees through southern areas, mid-20s through the central belt of Scotland. And we stick with the high pressure and the sunshine as we head through the rest of the week, with those temperatures peaking at 26 degrees as we head through the week.